What's up, TikTok? Bear with me for a few minutes while I get this off my chest. What I'm about to say is very controversial. It's not a light subject by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm sure I'm going to offend many of you, but I'm at the age and stage of my life where I just don't care anymore. You see, I feel emboldened by the right, who has now decided that they can say the quiet parts out loud, and there will be no repercussions. So I'm about to say the quiet part out loud. I'm about to say something out loud that I have heard many people say in private, but no one wants to say publicly. And that is the reasoning for this nation's current status. Are you ready? We can blame one particular organization or organizations for the current state of the United States. We can blame these people for making this nation the first go down to the worst overnight. We are now the axis of evil. How does that make you feel? And it's all because of one group. Everything that's happening, it's all because of one group. And that is, you ready for this? Religion. There, I said it. Religion. Especially Christians. In particular, Christians have destroyed this country now. Everything that is happening right now is religiously based on the Christian beliefs. Everything from the banning of abortion to their wanting to ban contraceptives, and then they're going to go after interracial marriages, to banning same-sex marriage, to trying to delete the LGBTQIA community from the face of the nation, from getting rid of trans people, to their decisions on our education. It all comes from the Heritage Foundation, which is a Christian national group who is dead set on creating a Christian nation out of the United States, turning us into a Christian nation bent to the will of their power. So this all comes down to religion, all of it. Even what Musk is doing is in concert with the Heritage Foundation and their Christian beliefs. And what he is doing is simply putting a muzzle on this country, putting a boot to our throats, as it were, in order to control us. Because that's really what it comes down to, is ultimate control. They want absolute control over everyone. They want to tell us who we can marry, who we can love, where we can work, where we can live, what we learn in schools, who can own homes, property, and businesses, who can be in power. Right now, they want to get rid of Republican women in power. That's right. They want white Christian men in power. Period. That's gone well in the past, hasn't it? Everything that the Heritage Foundation is doing, the existence of Project 2025 alone is a violation of the Constitution. Yes, you have a freedom of religion, but we have a freedom from religion. That is the part you always forget, is the freedom from religion. That means you do not have the right to force your religion on everyone else. And you certainly do not have a right to impose your religious beliefs in government, in education, and in healthcare. You're not allowed to do it. It violates the Constitution. But they've been getting away with it because they have hand-chosen judges and Supreme Court justices who are loyal to them and only them. This is a trick that Christians have been using for centuries, and they're doing it here now today. I think it's time we ban religion in the United States. That's the only fix. That's the only way to resolve this issue, is to ban religion in the United States. What good has religion done anyone lately? Religion had its time when we didn't understand why the sun came up in the morning and why it disappeared at night, or why the stars came out, or why people experience illness and death. Religion had its place then. It has no place in our lives today. And in fact, more and more people every year leave religion. Studies just came out today again. 277,000 people were polled, and only 60% of them say they even claim any religion at all, and many of them aren't active. They just have a belief. Religion is dying. Christianity is dying in the United States, and they know this. And this is a Hail Mary last-ditch effort to take over and bring Christianity back by force. It used to be you could practice your religion. You were free to do so long as you did so in your own home and your own place of worship, whether that be a synagogue, a temple, a church, whatever you want to call it. It didn't belong in the government. It didn't belong in our schools. It didn't belong in our pharmacies. It didn't belong in our doctor's offices and our hospitals. But then the Catholics started buying up all the hospitals. You notice how many Catholics, or how many hospitals start with the Saint Peter, Saint Francis, Saint whatever? Look at all the hospitals that are owned by the Catholics. So that way they can control who's getting abortions, who's getting birth control. They're controlling who's being taken care of and how. This has been happening very slowly, right there before our very eyes, without us even realizing what was happening until just recently, when all of a sudden this tsunami of religion came upon us. And again, I need to reiterate that the only way to take care of this is a full ban. We have tried giving them their corner to stay in, but they kept breaking from that corner, constantly trying to push their religion on everyone, saying that, oh, if you don't believe, or if you're against us and you're persecuting us. Really? When was the last time you saw people protesting outside of a church saying you are not allowed to worship here? Religion is based on persecution, persecuting others. Without their persecution, there would be no religion. The whole religion is, everything about religion is saying no to this group of people, saying no to this group of people. You're bad for doing this. You're bad for believing that. It's all about persecution. It's nothing but persecution. I have yet to meet a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, anyone who wasn't a complete and absolute hypocrite, because you certainly do not follow your own books. And it says in your own books that the word of your chosen God is the word, the law. You are to follow it exactly. And none of you do, which makes you all hypocrites. But that's okay, because on my deathbed, I can ask for forgiveness and I'll be allowed into whatever holy land I'm allowed to go into. Do you not see how absolutely ridiculous that sounds? Whether it be Abraham, Jesus, Allah, whoever you believe in, whatever main character is in whatever book you worship, they would be disgusted by the state of this country right now. Right now, Christians here in this country are violating Leviticus 19:33-34. It basically says, treat the native born as you would your own. In other words, treat foreigners like your own. Care for people, take care of people, bring them in, care for them. Don't kick them out because they look different. Don't accuse them of heinous crimes because they're a different color than you. Before my time runs out, I'm just going to say it again. We need a full ban on religion. It is the only way we're going to solve this. The only way. Send them back into the shadows where they belong. Let the rest of us go on with our lives. Sorry if this offends you. It's just the way it needs to be.